Greetings, Naked News Guy here. Today I want to talk about my 41st political position, which is on the rights of citizenship. Now, as explained earlier, the default status should be residency. In order to become a citizen, one should have to prove that they have the ability. This should also require that you complete your national service and you take a citizenship test. Again, for everybody, whether they're born here or they're one of our few legal residents. The only exception to that should be if you are still in the military after 2 years, then you should be given the opportunity to take the test and become a citizen. Look, here's the thing. This country was never designed to have everybody who's, once they reach a magical age, gets full rights. The rights of citizenship should be the same as residence, except that there should be some additional rights. You have the right to own a gun. You have the right to serve in the government. You have the right to vote. You have the right to serve on juries. Why do I believe these rights should be restricted? Well, it's very simple. You've seen many cases where, somebody gets off on a crime they automatically committed because the jury is sympathetic to them. You see millions of uneducated people voting. The reality is this: since the invention of the television, the quality of candidates on both sides has declined. You could have somebody who's brilliantly intelligent and knows what they're doing, but they're never going to get anywhere because they're not charismatic. Likewise, you have demagogues on both sides who say the right things and get people to worship them like they're God. Again, this is on both sides. And this is a bad thing. It was never intended for everybody who lives in this country to be a citizen. Now, as for those who are foreign-born and who are legally here, the only restriction they should have when they become a citizen is they should not be able to serve in the government. That is just the one restriction. Other than that, if they're one of our few legal immigrants and they do complete their national service and their citizenship test, they should have the opportunity to become a citizen. Likewise, if you commit a crime, you should have your citizenship either temporarily restricted, where you're reduced to being a resident because of the crime, or if the crime is bad enough, you should have it permanently taken away. If you're mentally ill, you should be disqualified from citizenship. If you're mentally retarded, you should not be a full citizen. Again, this country was never designed to be run by everybody just voting on whatever they think is right. You should have to prove that you can contribute to our country, and you should have to prove that you have the ability to make decisions and you have basic knowledge. This is not hard to understand. Now, I don't agree with the original qualifiers, such as being white, owning land, that I don't agree with. But you should still have to prove that you have contributed to society and you know what you're doing. This is something that a lot of people don't understand about the original intent of the Constitution. Naked News Guy here. Like and subscribe for more content.